first trip done. Got ourselves off the clock. So now we're walking over here to this little supermarket, food store, grocery store. Gonna grab a couple things so we can make a couple of different meals. And we'll see if we can't get an answer to what a super is. And I've not seen that anywhere but Colorado. So I'm gonna ask the Colorado if they even know what that means, or if it doesn't mean anything. Or it's just a misspelling of the regular word super, what they do. Who knows? Maybe they want to say king shoppers and really screwed up. Take out an H, add an O, and remove a P. Who knows? We will see. Okay, so it's Tractor Supply. We've got a couple of things to add to our shelving system. We'll keep the drawers closed. It's a little bit, hopefully a little less profile, but it'll still do the job. They have some eye hooks. You know, some that will screw into the wood, and some that have a bolt on it that I'll drill and mount to the plastic, so it's a little bit as secure as can be. I got a little bit of paracord, which I'll, basically cut, and I got a couple of, carabiner snap binders, type thing, just to, so I can quickly take it on, put it off. So it's just tight enough that I can do that without, having to strain anything, and also to be just strong enough to hold a drawer under hard braking, if necessary. So I'll grab this shopping cart here, go in, do a little grocery shopping, we'll be good to go. All right, so today's travels, drawers opened up a little bit on us, but not so bad. But the remedy that I have in this bag from Tractor Supply should hopefully mitigate that. So we went to King Soopers, little grocery store here, just a kind of a Colorado, Denver type chain. So we got a few things. Nothing special, but a few things just to organize and to all right, so we got 4 berry Powerades Zeros. Got some Stride X for our skin, some chili con queso, or salsa con queso, whichever. Got some Wonder Flour to replace the one that was broken. We got some carrots and celery. We got some little small thin Tupperware, little storage containers. Got 4 of those. We got a small bag of potatoes, and we got some bite-sized Tostitos for the cheese sauce. Now, for the shelving unit, well, first thing I got is a grease gun, primarily made for chainsaws, but it also works for my Bumblebee strap winder. There we got some paracord. We got some some eyelets with a pointed, and that's pointed for drilling into wood. Just basically just push it in, screw it in with a screwdriver or a pair of pliers. Got the little snap binders, carabiners. Got some of those. And we got some eyelets that have a flat, have a nut on them. So we got 4 of each of those. And what I'm going to do, put that up there. So we're going to do, up in the top here, right in the middle, or close to the middle, because there's a little piece right there, but right near the middle, we're going to drill a hole. We're going to put the one with the screw up in here. One with the bolt, we're going to put up the nut and bolt, put up there. The screwed eyelet is going to go down here in the bottom, protruding out the front here, so it doesn't get in the way, because if you leave it straight up, what's it going to do? It's going to block the drawer. So we're going to put it in through the side here, so it's not in the way. And then we're going to take the paracord, tie it permanently up here, put the carabiner down here. That way we just clip it, take it off, open the drawer, clip it again so the drawer stays closed. Simple, simple, simple. And the truck is a mess again, but we'll figure it all out tonight. Okie doke. Here we are at Love Store 300 in Bennett, Colorado. We had a 37-minute wait from this time. We are in shower number 3. Fan needs to be cleaned off. A lot of gunk on there. A little bit on the ceiling. Missing receptacles, stuffed that with a trash bag. Not exactly great. Everything else was fairly clean. Shower head is about 6'1". Temperature was okay. It fell off a little bit. Not a lot, just enough that you noticed. The flow and pressure were kind of weak, but adequate. Overall condition is fair to good. The only reason I had to wait, at 2:24 in the afternoon was the simple fact that too many guys are taking too long in their showers. I mean, it took me less than 15 minutes to get undressed, use the facility, shower, stand in the shower for a little bit, getting a little massage and heat therapy and whatnot. But some guys are taking 45 minutes or more just to bathe. So, a little courtesy is always a good thing. So, like I said, overall this shower is fair to good. A little bit of cleaning, it would be good to very good. And it definitely improve the water in the shower, then you might actually get a very good to excellent. All right, we're gonna make a little dinner here. It is just about 5 o'clock. You say it's starting to get a little dark outside. Christmas lights came on. Man, we've been here almost 4 hours. So we've gotten a shower. We've gone shopping for our, a couple ingredients, a couple things we wanted and needed for the truck. But so we're gonna take the Instapot, put a nice big old piece of chuck roast. This is 2.63 pounds. And yes, every little bit of that fat is going in. We got I picked up some more potatoes. We're gonna use the old one first, of course. I got some celery and onion. It's already been sliced up. So these are a little bit thin. So we're gonna, cook it, for a good for 99% of the time. And then, you know, we're gonna put those in at the last minute to soften up and add their flavor to the sauce, to the you know, to the base of the soup. We're gonna put a few in to begin with, along with some onion, which we have in the in there. We're gonna put our spices in. We're gonna add a little bit of water, not a lot, just a little bit. And you know, we're gonna just basically pressure cook the living daylights out of it, and turn that into something good. And do not think that those donuts were anything other than forced upon me by the evil twin. I didn't choose them. They were forced on me by evildoers. If I could have resisted, I would have, but who knows? I just admit it. I bought them. I enjoy them. They're not good for it, not as good for me as they could be, but damn it, I wanted them, so I got them. That's the great thing about living in this country. You want it, you work for it, you can get it. So we're going to get the meat cut up, get all the ingredients pretty much prepped in there that need to be in there to begin with, and then we'll get it cooking. And that'll, you know, once we get everything cut and prepped and stuck in there, it'll only take about 35-40 minutes to cook, and it'll be nice and tender, nice and flavorful, fairly healthy, and a whole lot cheaper than trying to buy it out in a restaurant. So yes, I may have paid $13 for this chuck roast, but divide that by the number of meals I'm going to get. I'm going to get about approximately 4 or 5 meals out of this. When you add all the potatoes and everything else into it and flush it out, I get about 4 or 5 meals out of it. So the roughly, let's say I spent full $20. Let's include all the spices and water that I already had. Let's say $20. I'll pay approximately $4 per meal. That's going to be, I'm going to have more food and better quality than what I can get at a restaurant. And it'll be the way I like it, not the way they make it for the general masses, which is typically bland, no salt, try to move all the fat, make it as innocuous and as boring as possible. I mean, pot roast at Denny's or Perkins or any restaurant like that, if you made that at home, you'd be embarrassed to serve it. A hamburger you make at home yourself, you put more love and care into than what you're going to get from McDonald's, Burger King, Hardee's, Wendy's, Carl's Jr., Sonic, Rally, any of them. I don't care how good In-N-Out Burger is. I don't care how good Chick-fil-A is, and believe me, I love Chick-fil-A. If I can do a similar thing in the truck, I can make it better and cheaper. And I can make it much more enjoyable and typically more healthy for me. So, we're going to get started here. Get everything cut up, put in. We got those potatoes in, onion, carrots, celery. Let's see, we got some bouillon. Let's see if we can find it here. Say beef bouillon. Put some of that in to expand the flavor. We got garlic. Expand the flavor with that too. And I wish I could find me some whatchamacallit, some what's it called? Some Amore, you know, the tomato paste in a little squeeze tube, like a toothpaste tube. But unfortunately, everywhere that I go, I can't seem to find it. But that would fit in a little bit more with what I'm doing here, because it's smaller, a smaller container, you know, and it's resealable, which is the best thing. All right. So we're gonna get started here, and I'll talk to you. So we got our little bit of meat cut. This piece is going in to our stew tonight. This piece over here is going to be saved after I'm going to trim the fat out, put that in the stew tonight. This piece of meat over here, 1, 2, 3, is going to be going into like a pepper steak for later. So this is going into a Ziploc bag, vacuum packed and sealed up, put in the freezer for later. So that'll keep, even in the little freezer that I got. This is going in, like I said, it's going to be nice, pretty decent cube size, right on in. Here is my vacuum sealer. And yes, it needs to be charged, but Fresh Saver by Food Saver. This part right here goes on the end onto the bag. That goes on the bag. This little reservoir right here collects any juices that get sucked up, and then the rest of it's just a small vacuum pump that just has a battery attached to it and just does a light job, and it works pretty good. Okay, so we got our meat cut up, cut up in nice, little over 1-inch cubes. The meat for the pepper steak is, in a vacuum bag. We got a little bit of browning sauce, Italian seasoning. We have some bouillon, black pepper, and a bit of garlic. As I said, also potato. We got an onion in the refrigerator still, and some celery and carrot. So we're gonna start getting this in there, getting this heated up. We're gonna brown the meat off first to give it that nice depth of flavor, that real nice brown color. That's gonna just make the meal so much better. Instead of just throwing it all in once, which we could do, we're gonna take a little extra time to render out some of the fat, as you can see in there. Put a little bit of fat in there already. That'll help to give the color, give the flavor, make the meal enjoyable. All right, so we got that initial bit of fat in there sauteing, getting some of that to be a liquid. Oops, let me get my finger out of the way. Now we're going to take a little bit of onion. Yeah. So we got some onion. I'm going to put that in. All right. Now we got the onion in. The onion's going to sweat down a little bit. We'll get a little bit of sweetness out of that. We got another Food Saver bag here to keep the onion from dehydrating too fast, and also imparting any flavor into anything else that may be in there that's not sealed up. Put that in there. Yeah. Now we're going to put our meat in next. I added some black pepper to the meat. Then we're going to add that in. All right. Now this will lose a little bit of size as the meat contracts a little bit, the onions wilt. So don't worry, you know, this is going to be fairly full. You can see right here, this line right here, pressure cooker max, 2/3 full. So we're going to leave that like that. We're going to cut up the potato, throw that in, Serbian onion, we're going to throw that in, and some of our other spices and ingredients and seasoning. So now we got everything in the pressure cooker. Gonna put this on stew meat. Gotta clean that, wipe that off. So pressure's on high, temperature's on normal for 35 minutes. There we go, and it's starting. So we're good. Dinner is cooking. Okie doke. So we got about 16 minutes left. There we go. On the pressure cooker for our stew. So it's just a matter of waiting. It is about 38 degrees outside now. And what time is it we're looking at? It's 6:13 in the evening. Did a lot of cleaning, a lot of organizing, making dinner, transflowing our bills of lading from this week, which has only had 2 loads this week, so you know, not exactly as good as I want, but we got things put up on there. Nothing sitting on the bed that shouldn't be sitting on the bed. The only problem that I'm having is the guitar. The guitar is the only thing that's too big, A, to fit in the cabinet here. And I don't want it sitting in the front seat because I don't like that. I mean, so it's one of those things that just sits here. I just lean it down like that. It holds pretty good where it is. But I'm going to figure out a little something else for that. PlayStation up here hasn't moved a freaking inch because this little lip here holds it in. Plus I also drive, you know, with a little bit of sense. Not a lot, but a little bit. You know, certain things like, you know, the water kettle, you know, that can go down in there. This goes back where it belongs, up in here. You know, little nitpicky stuff like that. My odor protector, because, you know, sometimes you need a little bit of help, you know, making sure everything's nice and fresh and not stinking up a damn storm. So that's trash in there. I got to get rid of this container, you know, just wipe down the floor and vacuum. I need a better vacuum than what I have. I need one that has real nice fine tip on it, that I can get all these cracks and crevices. But other than that, it's going good. Going good. All right. That hissing, that's the pressure being released on the pressure cooker. And if you could smell it, you'd be clamoring for some. But pressure cooker has done its job. We're going to get ourselves a bowl. We're going to get ourselves a spoon. We're going to get ourselves a fed. Always good when you can use the pressure cooker to make a nice meal. All right, here's our finished meal. There we go. Nice little bowl. Instead of putting the carrots and celery in, I went ahead and used some mixed vegetables, dry, frozen mixed vegetables that I forgot I had. So use that instead, but looking nice and good.